Hey, what's up, guys? We just go live on Instagram and then I can get started here. So, what's up, guys? I'm back. I was on vacation went to the Dominican Republic for a much needed rest. I'm back now. I was only able to place some baseball bets inside of ProfitX. So, I was not able to do many batter props and stuff like that. I was still throwing out some plays on the free channel to the VIP and all that. I do have 4 batter props that I want to talk about, and then I'm going to show you some stuff inside of the sharp edge. So, what's up, man? Good morning. I was just saying how I just got back from vacation, a much needed vacation, because I was working on this page so much, so I needed a vacation. But anyways, today I'm going to show you guys 4 batter props. And I'm going to show you. I really liked 2 games in this for today, but I'm going to skip both of them. So let me. Where the hell is the? There should. Anyways, here's the Mariners. You can see right here. It's telling you the reasoning why these sharp plays should be coming back. So 9-1 in the last 10 games, winning streak, better pitching. Division lead, all this stuff. So this is basically just what we call a lean. That doesn't mean that it's the play that we're going to go with. These are just very strong leans that you should be looking at. What's up? Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a much needed vacation I needed. So I met up with my business partner in this business. So we have a lot of stuff that we talked about. I'm not going to get into too much detail today, but I'm going to tell you that we're going to be getting into NCAA, which is college football, and then college basketball. We were doing pretty well last year, but we weren't paying too much attention to it, and we focused more on baseball and things like that. So we're going to get a lot heavier into college ball. So again, I'm going to hook you guys up with 4 batter props. I'm not going to go too long. And then if you guys want me to take a look at any of the games that are available today, I'll hang out for a little bit today because I didn't make a video for the last couple of days. So anyways, let me just get into it here. I have a few notes I wanted to go through, and then we can get started. I do have 4 batter props for you guys today. So the sharp edge right here, if you guys want access to this, it's for free for 7 days. Go to the link in the description and then type in the word sharp. And I just cleaned it up a little bit today. I'm going to keep working on this. But you can see now I added this graph right here, which is a lot cleaner. So, for example, right here it's telling you Seattle, 77% of the bets are coming in on Seattle. 89% of the money is coming in on Seattle. I mean, that's super easy to read. Also, the line move over here. So Seattle is looking actually very good today. But what I didn't like is the ERA on this pitcher is not great. And then I forgot what else. I think the OPS wasn't good. I forgot what else. But there was some other stuff I'm staying away from. One good part here is saying the Baltimore minus 250 that they're not supposed to bat in the 9th. And then there's a breakdown here of other stuff. So if you want me to look at any of these games, let me know. And then I'm going to hook you guys up with 4 batter props. So anyways, I'm skipping all these games today. Like there's too many contradictions. Like for example, you can see there's a big contradiction here. 38% or 36% of the money's coming in over here. Sorry, 36% of the bets is coming over here, but then they got 60% of the money on Miami. But then it's contradicting over here on the opposite side. And then the line is shifting in the wrong direction. So there's a lot of contradictions like that today. I'm not gonna get into all those details. There's too many contradictions to look at anything. And then yesterday we took a loss with the Dodgers. The day before that we won with the Marlins. So anyways, let me get right into it now. So what's up, Sergio? Yeah, so when I was out in Dominican, they actually have these little shops that you can go to. They're kind of hidden, but when you find them, they actually take bets live, so live betting. But their odds were fucking horrible, and besides their odds being horrible, they didn't have good lines. Meaning, like for example, if I wanted the Tigers -1, they didn't offer it. Things like that. So I actually just stayed away. I didn't place any bets when I was there. I was only able to log into my computer and use ProfitX. but then that's limited as well. So, anyways, it is what it is. If you guys want the free picks, I'm gonna hook you guys up with 4 of them here. Also, make sure you subscribe. That way, I'm gonna put two of them inside the YouTube short. And if you guys want to check out the Discord, that's where we're putting a lot of our plays as well. Or if you want to check us out for one day, that's cool too. So we're actually coming up with these. This is something that we were doing for. Give me a second. This is something that we were actually doing for NFL. We're going to be doing the same exact thing. So if you guys probably saw us on TikTok, this is how we blew up the channel. Was basically we were just going through and looking at the best players, and then just putting them out like this. So these are not our plays. These are just hot streak players. So anyways, we're coming up with these, and then we're going to be doing the same thing for the NFL. Let's see. Can you do a breakdown of the Blue Jays and the Cubs? Yeah, I like the Blue Jays. I saw the Blue Jays today. I can't remember why I stayed away, but I'll go through it right now. But anyways, guys, if you guys want to subscribe to this channel, I'm going to be posting a lot of these charts just like this, and it's going to be for NFL and baseball. So let me get back into this. I'm being asked to look at Toronto. Where is this? Toronto. All right, so here's Toronto and the Cubs. So the line is shifting in the wrong direction. That was the first thing I noticed. The Blue Jays started at a 124, and it went to a 120. Now, remember this, it tells you what time this thing was ran. So it ran at 8:56 in the morning. So now the lines could have actually changed. I'm not quite there yet, but I want to get these live updates. But for now, it's not live. So the lines might have shifted from a few minutes ago, actually, about an hour ago. So anyways, that's something. Right now, when I was looking at that, it was not showing. Or I'm sorry, it was I guess what I'm trying to say is not a live feed, okay? So right here, again, line is shifting in the wrong direction. 72% of the bets is coming in on Toronto. 84% of the money is coming in on Toronto. I didn't have any pitcher data just quite yet, but I can find it now. I'll take another look at that. And then let's see. Batting average is better for Toronto, a lot better. They have a 343 in the last 7. They've way outrun these Cubs, almost 9 runs per game compared to 3 runs per game. OPS is dramatically better for Blue Jays. ERA is not that great. So the pitching staff is better for the Cubs. 56% chance that the win probability for the Blue Jays, projected score is 5 compared to 4.5. Projected totals 9.5. And then you can see there's some contradictions. This is where the contradictions start. So right here it's a B grade, and then A minus grade minus a B grade and stuff like that. So it's a contradiction there. Win probability does say that the Blue Jays should win this. And okay, yeah, this I remember clearly now. The reason I stayed away from this game, it's saying that Toronto is going to bat in the 9th inning. And you can see that right there. That's why it's yellow. I don't like to see that because it's saying that the books is saying that since they're at home, that they should be batting in the 9th. What that means is that they should be losing the game. So anyways, you can see Toronto does look good overall, except that one stat, which I trust a lot because I've been burned a lot before. So Toronto is 81% chance to win this game. I think I'm going to go with this game, actually. I'm going to take another look at the line. If the line is still shifting in the good, if the line goes towards the Blue Jays right now, it's not. It's going in the opposite direction. But if it becomes where the Blue Jays are actually going in the correct direction, I'm going to place this bet. Right now, I don't like it because it's going in the wrong direction. And it's saying that they're supposed to bat in the 9th. And over here, all these projections are contradicting each other. So will the sharp edge be for the NFL? Yes, I'm going to have it for NBA and NFL. All right. So anyways, you can see all this green. You don't even have to look at all these numbers, but you can see all the green is shifting for the Toronto side. Everything's looking good except the line move and the for them to bat in the ninth. Okay. So if you haven't done so, guys, and you want this right here, it's free for 7 days. Go to the link in the description, type in the word sharp where it says sharp edge, and then you can get this for free. So I went through every one of these games, and Toronto was one of the ones that popped out for sure. And then let me see, give me a second. Let me go back to this. So one of them that did come up was, and the other one was the Mariners. What was the reason I stayed away from the Mariners? Let me go back in here. Seattle. So the line was going in the correct direction for the Mariners. You can see 77% of the bets, 89% of the money is coming in on the Mariners. Pitching is somewhat similar. Bullpen is also better for the Mariners, almost 1 ERA. And then I don't have any stats over here for the batting for Baltimore, but the pitching is overall better as well. They do have more strikeouts, 60% chance they're going to win. And then it does say that Baltimore should be batting in the ninth. So that was one of the games I was looking at, but I didn't like the starting pitching. So I'm staying, like I said, there's too many contradictions. I'm staying away from a lot of these games. Actually, all the games. Let me take a quick glance at the Blue Jays if the line moved already, because I was looking at it way earlier. Okay, now it's moving. Now it's actually flat. So it started at a 124 and it's still at a 124. Now it actually went from a minus 120 and now it's currently at a 124. So the line is actually just flat. It's not moving. So I'm still staying away from that. If you guys haven't done so, get the free picks here. Also check us out one day, 1 week, 1 month VIP, and then we have a lot of information inside the Discord. So you guys want to check that out. All right, let me get started now with the 4 plays that I'm going to share. It's going to be, well, before I do that, let me just show you a quick little video of my business partner cashing out here. Let me see if we can show this. This is my business partner. He's in the Discord, and he was out in, we were out in Dominican, and this was a little sports book called Manaka Sport. And I believe this is the day that it was we had the Tigers and the Marlins. So he actually cashed out on the Marlins. And there's the cash right there. So it was a good time. It was cool. But like I said, they had a lot of shitty lines. So that's why I didn't place any bets while I was there. All right. So anyways, Gunnar Henderson to get 1 hit. You can see 80% hit rate overall. When he faces, let me see, he comes up to bat between averaged 4 times. He has hit this 7 out of the last 8 games. One of the things that did come up is that the graph right here, it's saying that wherever this guy pitches, like for example, he pitches a lot on the bottom over here. This guy doesn't get hits on the bottom. However, this is more important to me, is that he came up to bat against this pitcher 13 different times and he's gotten 6 hits. That's an average of 46%. So that's the reason I'm going with this guy, even though the graph shows that he's not going to get a hit or he should not be getting a hit. But I'm still taking it. Gunnar Henderson, he's been very solid. I've been taking it for a couple of days. I've been taking for him to get 1 hit. All right, next one is going to be Bo Bichette to get 1 hit. You can see he's a 90% hit rate. He's coming up to bat a lot. And I just showed you Toronto's supposed to win this game. So they should be dominating this game. He should come up to bat a lot, between 5 and, look at this, average is about 5 times to come to bat. And then I think he's the first or second batter. Bo Bichette has hit this 8 straight games. There is no data saying how he's done against this pitcher, but I did do the analysis over here, and the graph does show that he should be getting a hit. So Bo Bichette, Gunnar Henderson, and then there's 2 more. They're going to be posted in the YouTube short when it comes out, so make sure you subscribe for that. It's going to be on YouTube. All right, Shohei Ohtani, this dude, like I showed you earlier. Let me see here. He's on this hit streak right here, 10 straight games with a hit, but that doesn't count for all the hits. He actually has Look at this. He has. I don't even want to count all these hits. This is 2, 4, 6, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 hits in the last 10 games. Okay, he's coming up to bat between 4 and 5 times average. He doesn't have any data that's showing that he's faced this pitcher before. Let me see the pitcher. Let me see what it looks like. Okay, he's going against a little bit of a weaker pitcher, Medeiros from the Angels. So he should be decent. Overall, the graph did show that he should be getting a hit, but there is no data like for this batter to go against this pitcher. But I'm still taking it, Shohei Ohtani, to get a hit. And then this one you got to be careful with because it does show that the graph says it's not going to get a hit, but I like it. Another thing I don't like is that you can see it skips from here to here. So in the last 4 games, he missed 2 games with no hit. However, he made up for that heavily with 3 hits in each of these games. So overall, he's gotten a lot of hits except for these 2 games. And it does show that this graph, it shows that he's not supposed to get a hit. However, this always overcomes that for me, is that where it says he came up to bat 6 times and he's gotten 3 hits. So that's a 50% hit rate against this pitcher. So I hope that makes sense. Let me answer this question. The sharp plays, if there's anything that means that AI doesn't have the play right. I don't understand your question. The sharp plays is there's nothing that means that AI doesn't have the play right. I don't know what that means. If you can word it another way, the sharp plays or sharp stuff here, all it is breaks down all the data or some of the data that we have to start the morning. So basically, it's like it goes out and it looks at the 2 teams and it gives us like a analysis, okay, and that's it. But it doesn't look at the line move. It doesn't look at what the betting markets are doing. It doesn't look at the hits market. None of that stuff. So that's why it's considered what we say a lean. Okay, so I've explained this in the past. I'll explain it real quick. Is that I get this in the morning. I have an automation that goes out and scrapes, and it comes back and it gives me a bunch of teams that I should be looking at, and then from there, that's when I go on and do all my other research. But I'm starting to share these now because sometimes I miss stuff or I don't go with certain teams sometimes because I don't like it for whatever reason. But that doesn't mean that they have a high chance of winning, or maybe I didn't see something that you do see. I don't know. But I'm starting to share these, and that's why it even gives you medium confidence, moderate confidence, and high confidence. So again, it even tells you the reasoning why they think it's going to hit. So again, I guess to answer your question, I don't know if that was the question or not, but it doesn't mean it's a play. It's a lean. Okay. Max Muncy is hot. Okay. So the way I do batter props, and like for example, I was with my business partner yesterday, and he mentioned a batter that had like 13 hits or 13 games with a hit or something. I don't know. And I said the reason that those batters don't come up for me is because the batters that I look at are supposed to be getting 2 hits. So Max Muncy more than likely is probably not projected to get 2 hits. Let me take a look at that actually. Give me a second here. Let me load this up for Max Muncy. I used to do this stuff live all the time, but you can see it takes forever to load sometimes. I think it froze, actually. Yeah, I'll let that load up. There it is. Hits. Max Muncy. So you can see automatically, just like I said, there is no line that says 1.5. It's just a 1. So automatically, I'll tell you there's a 58% chance that he's going to hit. He has missed a lot of games. I don't know what you're talking about, that he's hot. He's only hit at a 60% hit rate. So I don't know what you were looking at, but from the looks of here, it doesn't look like he's been getting a lot of hits. So he would have definitely not came up, in my opinion. All right. So if you have any questions, guys, let me know. I'll be hanging out for a few more minutes. Otherwise, I'm going to be hopping off. But my bad. What I wanted to say is that my sharp play is empty. I just updated it. So let me see. I updated it because there was an error with it this morning. If you don't see it there today, you'll see it there tomorrow. But take a screenshot for today. And I already fixed it. Like I said, I was out on vacation, so I couldn't work on a lot of stuff. But take a screenshot of this. Basically, it's saying the Mariners, Phillies, Brewers, Royals. Let me make sure on something. Give me a second. I don't want to throw you off because this looks like yesterday's data. Let me make sure. So let's see. What the hell are we looking at? Line move. Sorry, guys. Let me make sure that I'm not giving you bad data here. So MLB output. Give me a second. Let me see how this loads, just so I can show you what this looks like. So this is actually what it looks like because it goes out. This is the actual like code. Oh shit! What happened? Sorry about that. So this is actually the code that goes out and it scrapes I have a lot of different sources. So it goes out and it scrapes it. So for example, this is what it is. Mariners against the Orioles, last 10 games, blah, blah, blah. It just tells you what it should go with and all this stuff. And then that gets printed out onto a nice layout, just like this. So like we have legit scrapers and all this stuff that goes out. But from what I'm trying to show you is that it is showing me that it is the Mariners today. For some reason, I just thought it looked too similar to yesterday's data, so that's why I was just trying to see. But anyway, take a screenshot of this. It does show that the Mariners. I'll just read it to you: 9-1 in the last 10, 5-game winning streak, superior pitching versus matchup with Kirby versus Kramer, fighting for division lead, multiple strong indicators aligned with the foreign pitching motivation. Now we're getting closer to the playoffs, so that's exactly what I've been talking about. After the All-Star break, the teams, their dynamic starts changing, so you got to start paying attention to who's going to be in the playoffs, who's not going to be in the playoffs, who's looking to get a better draft pick later, things like that. You have to start paying attention to those things. All right, Phillies, significant pitching advantage. Suarez, 2.94 ERA versus Singer, 4-game winning streak. Superior offensive metrics for the Phillies. The Phillies did come up, actually. I was looking at that. Best MLB record for Brewers, 74-44, 10-game winning streak, 25-4 in the last 29 games. They are going against Skeens. Skeens is one of the best pitchers, so I'm definitely staying away from that. But they are on a very hot streak, and obviously hot streaks come to an end. So, all right, we got the Royals here. Major pitching mismatch. Wacha, 3.34 versus Parker, 5.43. Home field advantage. Nationals are blowing late leads. And then you got the Tigers going against the White Sox. 13-2 record, last at 15 in Chicago. The White Sox don't have a listed pitcher as of earlier today. Significant team quality gap. And then the Cardinals did come up also. Rockies are on a 8-game losing streak, 14-46 on the road. So, again, I'm not going to go with any of these games. There's too many contradictions. But I'll just go through this one more time. Is Gunnar Henderson to get a hit? Bo Bichette to get a hit? Shohei Ohtani to get a hit? And Shea Langiers to get a hit. So I hope you guys enjoyed that today. I appreciate you guys that have been with me for a while. And if you haven't done so, if you like free information, that we've been giving a lot of free stuff. So if you guys want the sharp edge, everything I talked about, make sure you go to the link in the description and type in, or I'm sorry, go to the link in the description and go to where it says sharp edge right here. And then you'll see, once you click on it, go to sharp, and that'll be for free. And then, like I said, make sure you subscribe because we're going to put up 2 batter props for the YouTube short later today. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys, and let's have another great day. Thank you.